Hello, everybody. I'm Don Counts. Welcome into the program today as we have our CEO, General Manager Britt Dye with us. And Britt, it has been a busy past month since the last time we sat here.
Yeah, it's been very busy, Don.
Last week, one day, you notified me like 3:30 in the morning that we had a big fire and we had a lot of power out, and that's the Palatech fire. That was a serious situation that we were working in.
It was very serious, and it could have been worse than what it was, but, everybody took care of things like everybody's trained to do.
Yeah, we went on the radio somewhere around 4:45 to let the public know that we had power out and about the serious situation, and we just tried to take care of it the best we could. I know it was very unfortunate for the loss there, but there was a lot of infrastructure there that a lot of people might not realize. It's alongside that highway, the Huntsville Highway.
Oh, that's correct. The conductor that we had in there, it just melted, because of the intense of the fire. But, with our fiber, but we got everything restored pretty quick as soon as we could get close enough to start doing some work, because the fire was still pretty hot. So with our buckets the way they are, the metal part of the buckets or the fiberglass, we didn't want to take the chance of that melting on the fiberglass part of our booms.
We got the power back on relatively quickly, but our guys were there virtually all day.
They were there all day, and the fiber side, they got most of all that back up that afternoon, but had to go back the next morning and finish up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, that started as a wreck, and then it turned into a fire, and then it became a very serious situation. And we had, I guess, just about everybody we had down there trying to keep it up. And then you mentioned the fiber side. There was a lot of they lost cell phone to that area, so it was a real emergency situation that you had our guys working down there.
Yeah, I talked to a guy with AT&T, and he said everything was out, from there all the way to the state line and going east and west with that many pairs of fiber that they had in the AT&T cable. So that was relating back to the issue you was talking about as far as the cell service and those kinds of things.
Yeah. All right, well, let's talk about another thing that we've dealt with this past month is Hurricane Idalia. That was a big deal. We got crews together, and you can talk about that.
Well, we had 8 men that went south, and we ended up at one co-op. Then we moved to another co-op the very next morning. Then we moved to another co-op later that afternoon. And, the co-ops, they do good is staging people in case if something happens. They don't have to wait for you to get in, because usually if a disaster happens like that, the traffic keeps you from getting there quicker to help people get power restored. But, we ended up working for about 8 days, and, the guys did a great job, and everybody returned home safe as we were hoping that they would, and got a lot of people's power back on.
Absolutely. That's the key, is getting power back on, and you would always let me know each day about how many they got on. Is amazing how much power they did restore. And I'm sure if we were all down there in that situation, we'd be wanting power back on as quick as we could.
Right.
Let's talk about, we had the Palatech fire, which was on the front page, and also the TVA rate increase is on the front page. You might talk about how that came along.
Well, the TVA rate increase, which goes into effect October 1, it's a 4.5% wholesale rate increase, and we got all the numbers finally ran to see where we were going to be, and it's a pass-through from TVA through FPU to the ratepayer. We are not adding anything to the rate increase. It's all strictly TVA. There were several local power companies that added a rate increase on top of the TVA rate increase, and we didn't feel like at this time that was a good thing to do unless you could absolutely had to have it, and we felt like that right now we're okay. I'm not saying that later on that, we might have to do something, but at this time we do not plan to do it.
Everything is going up. I think the rate increase takes effect October 1st, which is coming up soon.
That is correct.
All right. Public Power Week is coming up next week, October 1st through the 7th. And Public Power, you might talk a little bit about what that is.
Well, Public Power is just like it says. We serve all the public, and TVA is public power as well, but you do what you can for the customers and do what you think is best for the customers, and just be sure you justify everything that you do, and all the services that we offer to the public is what we're here for.
Right, and then we also have public natural gas week the same week. Since we're all working together in that, it's basically the same thing, I'm assuming.
Same thing.
Yeah. So we appreciate our linemen and all the folks who work in our natural gas department as well. And both of them play a vital part of our community, and we're proud to be a part of that in our roles as well. So let's talk about something when we're talking about gas. This is the time of year, as we've already had some temperatures down into the 50s. People will be wanting the free fall light up offer that we have going on.
That's correct, Don. And, please take advantage of that, because we just run it for a certain amount of time. And but if you feel like you need to go ahead and get your appliances where they need to be for the wintertime, to go ahead and give us a call, and we'll get you taken care of.
433-1522. We take appointments from 8 until 3:30. You can schedule those by calling in here, and they will get you going. Request for the free fall light up after that just goes on until October the 31st. But after that, there'll be a fee after that because we have a lot of things we got to get done, and so this is a good service that we offer. And a lot of folks need that. A lot of people don't want to light them, or maybe a little bit worried about lighting them, and I can understand that. Last month, we talked about the dove season starting up. And man alive, we talked about how important it was to be careful about not shooting into the power lines. But unfortunately, we have a few that done that this time. So.
Yeah, we try to let everybody know that, when you shoot into the fiber power lines and it causes damage, you will be charged for all that damage that's done to the conductor or the fiber or whatever may be in there.
Mm-hmm. TWRA stresses that hunters are responsible for where you shoot and what you shoot, and you never should discharge. I mean, you both been in dove fields where you get a little sprinkle, and I don't like it, but I definitely don't like it now that we work work where we do, and they shoot on the power lines, because now the fiber lines for sure are probably a lot more volatile than the power lines, I guess.
Well, that's correct. And, it takes quite a bit for the steel wire that's inside our aluminum conductor. But at the same time, if you shoot fiber, it's not that you can just go in there and cut a 3-foot piece out of the fiber and, replace it. You have to go back to your storage loops, which could be 2 more spans away from where the damage is done. And you have to take all that out of the storage, and you have to run it back up there where all the splicing has to take part and getting it back on service, and then it's just not that simple.
That sounds costly, and not to mention the fact of all the people who are out of power, well, not out of power, out of internet. When you don't have internet now, the public's not happy.
Well, the internet broadband that everybody needs in today's world with new technology is just as important as your power, and that's the way people treat it. And that's the way we look at it as far as treating it. That's the reason we respond. If you got an outage, if it's any type of internet outage or voice over IP outage, we respond just like it's a power outage, and that's what customers expect. And like I said, with this new technology, they depend on that internet.
Well, let's talk a little bit about where we are with the internet, the build out on the east side of the county.
Well, we're making a lot of progress. We have contractors that put up a lot of fiber. We're going back into the areas now where we're starting to splice the fiber, and then after that part gets done, you come back and you start running the service, what they call a flat wire, into the house. So we're there getting ready to get some folks hooked up.
Get some folks hooked up coming up soon. A lot of people are going to be excited about that, because we're talking about areas that have little or no internet at all.
Yeah, I will be excited.
Yeah, especially down your road for sure. That's what happens when you live down where you do. All right, let's look at the current upgrades. Maintenance FPU's working hard to increase the reliability and infrastructure. Is a lot of that going on where we're changing out poles and that kind of thing?
We've been changing a lot of poles, over 100 already for this fiscal year that we're involved in, and it goes back to our work plan that we put out every 4 years to see where we're at and what direction we need to move. We look at several different things. We look at growth. We look at voltage drops. We look at how the regulation is on each power line to keep the voltage where it needs to be. And we do that, and then it's the same way that we look at everything. If it's on the gas side, if it's on the broadband side, or the water and wastewater side.
One thing that you focus on just about every day, you have to deal with the keeping the right-of-ways clean because they grow very fast.
Yeah, and it's been a good growing year for the trees, and we've been really aggressive. We've been working weekends on Saturdays to try to catch up a little bit, but we're never going to be at the point where we're totally caught up. And but it's a whole lot better than what it has been, and our folks are doing a good job in that department. And they're working really hard, and we're going to continue to do that to get some circuits cut out and just keep moving forward.
We've got a lot of equipment in that area, that big equipment that gets the job done quickly. However, the more you cut, the more you got to pick up and dispose of, and so it's an ongoing project. And you're also working with the telecom crews, trying to help their right-of-ways, get them through as well. So you're basically all over the county, I guess.
We're all over the county.
Yeah. One thing that we're doing we're back in the schools with some of our safety education for young people, and it's been kind of fun. We have FPU offers free programs to schools to our local students with electric and natural gas. The Louis the Lightning Bug is like an animated video that teaches safety to local children, and we've had fun with that. We recently visited South Lincoln and Lincoln Central Academy, and we're going to soon be over at Flintville, I think tomorrow, and then at Unity. So it's good to be able to get back into schools. We had to get out during COVID and that kind of thing, but that's something you want us to do, is to get back in the schools.
Right, and we're just trying to teach safety, and with this younger generation that's coming up, it might be a good future sometime, and show them everything that we do. But the main concern is just safety. We got to be safe in everything we do out there, and just give them an idea of what it is.
As we are getting closer to people like you and I, getting close to retirement, and a lot of your linemen, we are looking for more and more people to try to recruit, and that's something we're doing as well.
Yeah, we got several young apprentices. We got younger guys in the gas and the water departments as well, and they're coming up and being trained and getting ready to go to work, because we got several that's eligible to retire in the next few years, and there's a lot of experience and knowledge that'll be walking out the door. So
we've done job fairs, and we're going to continue doing more of those. But when I was going through school, they had a program called Co-op. I think that's how Lewis Stillman started, and some other guys in that time frame. But now we're trying other things. We work with our student utility board, and you've got some other programs coming through as well.
Well, we have the TAUD, which we're this first in the state that's doing this apprenticeship program with the state, and
that's a water program.
That seems to be working out pretty good, and we hope it does, and set examples for other utilities to get involved just like we're involved. And I think it'll be a good success.
When I was young, if I got to see the inside of this, I would be wanting a part of it too. And you see more and more kids who not necessarily don't want to go to college, but may just come straight out and go right into the workforce. And there's also education opportunities after you get here. We can teach you a lot as well. So looking forward to that as we continue that. Something else we got going on this month is Day of Service in conjunction with the Tennessee Electric Cooperative Association. FPU is going to be participating in Day of Service on October the 6th. We're going to Hands of Mercy. You might tell everybody what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, we go down and help Miss Hudson get all the food set out. We unload the truck. We bag up the foods for what she tells us that we have to do, and then we go out and deliver it to the cars, and several people come through there. It's a good short day, but it's a long day.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of work. It's a good description of what we do there, and it kind of makes you feel good to be able to help folks, and also help her, because this is a big operation.
That's right. And we usually have enough employees that volunteer to do that for that day, and we're glad to do that to help Miss Hudson out and get this done, because you're helping several people by providing this service. So.
Yeah, it makes you feel good. Another thing that we've done that makes us feel real good is we had a very successful ribeye sandwich sale.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, sold a lot of sandwiches, And we appreciate everybody who bought sandwiches, and you might tell them what we do with the money.
Well, we give it back to charities. You know, we just donated $5,000 to the Fabulous 50s for the cancer outlook there, and we got some more that we'll be donating as well. We're fixing to have another one coming up that I can't mention about yet, that we got a part of a contribution from TVA that will be coming out here in the next couple of weeks. So we'll be proud to announce that too.
We'll be announcing that coming up soon, and looking forward to that as well. You know, as we mentioned, Sunday, I guess, is beginning October 1st, and that's when we start wearing our pink hard hats. You might talk about what that's about.
Well, we do that to represent breast awareness cancer, and, you know, we've been doing it now for the last several years. We're proud to do that as well, too, and, you know, everybody that works outside that wears a hard hat, they'll all be pink. Absolutely,
and that looks good, and we have the lapel pins that we wear this time to remind everybody about Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is the whole month of October. Customer appreciation, we've got a busy fall coming up and spring as we go around. We're going to have celebrating Customer Appreciation Days. So our first one will be on October the 9th from 5 until 6:30 at Mimosa Community Center. Then we're going to go to Flintville. That'll be our next one at the Community Center Fire Hall on November the 6th, and we'll also be going to Park City, Petersburg, Blanche, and the city of Fayetteville as well. You might talk about what this is all about.
Well, we're reaching more out into the community to show you what we do. You know, we got several stories to tell, and, you know, we're going to have activities for the kids. We're going to have some equipment at the locations of where we are going. We want to talk about all the services that we offer, especially in all these areas right now that you mentioned. You know, we're running fiber into these areas. You might have questions about how you do things once you get fiber, or if you want fiber and all that. And plus, you know, it'll cover the Belleville area, all up around the north, you know, toward Mimosa, like you said, Belleville, and then over toward the east there a little bit. So all those folks are welcome to come in, and we're going to be providing hot dogs and those kinds of things. And like I said, we got activities for the kids as well. Just let you know who we are.
If you want to learn about the Energy Right program or any of the programs we have, we'll have people there to talk to you about that, and some handouts and stuff, and some goodies as well. So we're looking forward to that. Let me go over the dates one more time. The first one's going to be on Monday, October the 9th from 5 until 6:30 at Mimosa Community Center. Then the next one that we have scheduled is going to be at Flintville. That will be at the Community Center on November the 6th. But we will be going to Park City, Petersburg, Blanche, and we'll also do, I guess the grand finale will be here in Fayetteville.
That's correct.
Maybe here at the office, I guess.
Probably will.
Might as well be. Don't have to go anywhere for that one. So anyway, Britt, we appreciate it. You got anything else we need to discuss before we go?
I just appreciate everybody's help and being patient with what we do. If the power's out, we'll get you back on as quick as we can, or the gas service or any services that we offer. Just we got to be sure that we work very safe, and like I said, we'll get you back up and going as soon as possible.
We have people here 24 hours a day, so feel free to give us a call, 433-1522. All right. Well, we appreciate you talking to us. We've had our CEO, General Manager Britt Dye, with us today, and we will be back in here next month for another update about what's going on here at Fayetteville Public Utilities.